In the dusty, sun-kissed village of Ukuta, where the walls of every home were colored in warm ochre and the scent of roasting maize lingered in the air, lived a girl named Zubaida. She was 18, tall, with skin as smooth as polished ebony, and eyes that held quiet rivers of thought. But Zubaida, for all her beauty and strength, was a girl nobody noticed. Her parents had passed when she was young, leaving her in the care of a bitter aunt who only saw her as free labor. Each day, Zubaida woke before the cock crowed and worked until the moon cast its silver net across the land. She swept courtyards, fetched water from the distant stream, and sold roasted plantain by the roadside. Despite her hardships, she was never bitter. Her heart held a soft kindness, though it often went unseen. One scorching afternoon, as she walked, back from the market with a woven basket of unsold mangoes, Zubaida saw a frail old woman struggling along the dusty road. The woman's back bent under the weight of bundled firewood stacked nearly half her height. Her steps were slow, and every few meters she stopped to cough and wipe sweat from her forehead. No one paid the woman any mind. Motorcycles zoomed past, and even the hawkers ignored her. But Zubaida did not. Without a word, she placed her mango basket aside and ran to the old woman. "Let me help you, Mama," she said softly. The old woman looked at her in disbelief. Her lips quivered. "Why would you stop for me, child? Nobody ever does." Zubaida smiled and gently lifted the firewood, steadying it on the woman's head. "Because you look like my grandmother. And I believe kindness is a seed. One day it will bloom." As they walked slowly toward the woman's hut, a simple thatched shelter at the edge of the village, the old woman asked for her name. "Zubaida," the girl replied. The woman repeated it like it was a song she once knew but had forgotten. "Zubaida. You will remember this day. The world may ignore you now, but destiny has been watching you quietly." Zubaida smiled, not realizing her world was about to shift forever. For weeks after helping the old woman, Zubaida returned daily to check on her. Her name, Zubaida learned, was Mama Ifun, and the villagers called her a witch. Rumor had it she spoke to birds, vanished into trees, and lived alone because no man dared marry her. But Zubaida saw none of that. What she saw was a lonely wise woman with wrinkled hands that told 1,000 stories and eyes that missed companionship. Zubaida swept Mama Efun's compound, brought her food, and even sat with her to hear old folk tales. The old woman shared legends of river gods and talking goats, of kingdoms lost beneath the forest floor. And Zubaida listened, wide-eyed and hungry for knowledge. Then, one day, Mama Efun called her to sit under the iroko tree. "I was once like you," she said. "Beautiful, unseen, until I was gifted the sight, a spirit's blessing that made others fear me. But I've seen something in you, Zubaida. You are the future of Ukuta, and now the spirits have chosen you." Zubaida frowned. "Chosen me? For what?" "To wear the crown of rain." That night, Mama Ifun gave her a small leather pouch. "Do not open this until the Harmattan wind rises. When it does, go to the hills of Teko. There, your truth waits." Zubaida was frightened. She didn't believe in magic, but something inside her stirred. Could she really be meant for more? She kept the pouch hidden under her pillow and waited. When the first Harmattan wind arrived weeks later, dry and sharp like cracked glass, Zubaida remembered the pouch. Her aunt shouted at her that morning for burning the yam, but Zubaida didn't fight back. She was already somewhere else in her mind. That night she slipped out, pouch in hand, and walked toward the Teko Hills, jagged cliffs where few dared to go. The wind howled as if warning her, but Zubaida pressed on. Halfway up, she collapsed from exhaustion. As sleep claimed her, a strange light glowed from the pouch. She opened it slowly, revealing a small stone glowing blue and green. The wind calmed instantly, and in that silence a voice rose. She who lifts the lowly shall rise above all. She who loves the forgotten shall never be forgotten. When she awoke, dawn painted the hills in soft gold. At her feet was a circle of elder women, spirits of past queens, Mama Ifun among them. "You have passed the test," Mama Ifun whispered. "Your kindness was your crown. Today we anoint you Zubaida of the people, the new Rainkeeper." In a sacred ceremony older than time, they bathed her in the dew of dawn and placed a crown of woven coral and feathers upon her head. She felt power flow through her, but it was not the power of spells. It was the power of purpose. When Zubaida returned to the village, she was unrecognizable. Her posture was regal, her voice calm and commanding. Those who once ignored her now stepped aside when she passed. Her aunt dropped her pestle in shock. "Zubaida?" "Yes, Auntie," she smiled. "But I am no longer just Zubaida. I am the Rainkeeper." At first, the villagers scoffed, but then strange things began to happen. Crops that had withered for seasons now bloomed after her visit. Wells that had dried up ran sweet again. She touched the sick, and they stood up healed. She sang to the sky, and rain came after months of drought. People from distant lands came to seek her blessings. The chiefs offered her gold and land, but Zubaida remained humble, living in Mama Ifun's old hut. She never forgot where she came from. One evening, as she sat under the iroko tree, a child asked her, "Mama, Zubaida, how did you become so great?" She smiled and pointed to the firewood stacked near the door. "Because one day I helped a poor old woman when no one else would, and kindness, my child, is the strongest magic of all."